Welcome back to the PNP Show. I'm Peyton.
And I'm Preston.
And today we're going to be talking to you guys about a sports-packed episode. So first, we're going to be starting off with the Indiana and Purdue rivalry.
Yes, sir.
And then we're going to get into a top 5 matchup tonight between Michigan Wolverines and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. We're going to get into the Australian Open, talk a little bit about that, and we're going to finish off the episode with our Super Bowl. And that's just going to be a teaser for an episode that's going to come later in the week, guys. So, yeah,
Yes,
Preston, open us up with our first...
A little recap of the weekend. Yeah, so obviously it's Tuesday now. We were planning on shooting Monday, but we're here. And so we're going to recap the UFC event a little bit. Main event, Justin Gaethje absolutely destroyed Paddy Pimblett. I mean, I'd say 4 rounds to 1. It was a massacre. Paddy's face was all just absolutely bruised and blitzed. It was an awesome fight. I was personally on Gaethje. I had a little wager on him, so it was fun to watch, and I always love watching Justin Gaethje. So obviously Sean O'Malley got it done against Song Yadong.
Sugar, baby, come on.
2-1, a little sketchy there. It was looking a little sketchy when it was 1-1 going into the third. It was a little nerve-wracking if you're a Sean fan, but we got there. We got the win in the end, and that's all that matters in the UFC. You know, it's hard to get by. It's hard to knock guys out.
Yes, and fellas, if you wanted to make
Song's
money...
Song's a tank.
He is a tank.
Sorry.
And he's young.
Yeah.
Fellas, if you wanted to make money, we gave out Gaethje plus 200 from the first episode, as well as Sugar. I mean, Sugar was obviously a bigger favorite, but
yes, we did.
Good little parlay. But just a good weekend of sports, and obviously headliner. You know, now we're gonna have our Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks Patriots rematch from years back. Gonna be a great Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about that later in the episode.
Yeah.
Let's open up with this Indiana Purdue rivalry. Shout out the Hoosiers, baby. Indiana natives, IU football team, Fernando Mendoza, national champions, man.
Yeah.
But now it's
IU
over.
recap video coming soon, maybe.
Yes, recap video as well.
Of just breaking down every game or maybe just
whatever.
The season in general.
Yeah, we'll get into it. So Indiana Purdue, I mean, to me, the greatest college rivalry in sports, especially basketball. Specifically basketball. Okay. I love Indiana. This year I'm not as tuned in as I have been in the past. Brand new team, Darren DeVries, new head coach, so he'll be new to this matchup with Matt Painter. These two teams, though, are both not necessarily living up to what they were hoping to do, and Purdue's on a 2-game skid. Indiana has just been up and down. In their last 10, they're 5-5. Good thing is, though, for the Hoosiers and the Hoosiers fans, we play about the same pace, and that's very slow. I mean, both of our teams, Indiana and Purdue, are both some of the slowest playing teams in the country. So, hopefully Indiana can get it done.
Definitely gives them a shot at home with the crowd and the atmosphere.
Assembly Hall,
First game, too, for DeVries, so it's like he's got to set the tone. Yeah. You kind of mentioned that, and I do agree. So let me spin this on you, though. Duke in North Carolina, I feel like for our non-Midwest fans, even as an IU and Purdue fan, I feel like that is almost the best game to tune into every year.
Yeah, I think that the stars that have came out of both those programs, especially just recently, and of course,
all time
back in the day, like it is a great rivalry. But I just think the Indiana-Purdue rivalry is just a little different than those because North Carolina and Duke, you get the big name guys, so you're going to have them every year. Indiana and Purdue's, it's state. I mean, it's built on years of players being there. So I think it's a different rivalry. And then, of course, we're playing in 2 of the best arenas ever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Mackey is phenomenal, and then Assembly Hall. But Purdue is coming into Assembly Hall laying 5.5 points. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it for Purdue's fact of they've lost the last 2, and they need to get a win.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming in. Dude, this would be a 3-game skid. Like, does this team really go on a 3-game skid? Have they even in the last 3-4 years? I don't think so. So
Probably
it's like
not. I don't think so.
You got to think they're going to come in here and win. But at the same time, like, I believe IU can win. But you also look at the Nebraska game. They were favored. They were minus 200 to be undefeated Nebraska at home, led by 9 at the half, and then got outscored by 18 in the second half to lose by almost double digits. Yeah. And that's at home. And, like, you got to think, I'm sorry, like, as an IU fan, it hurts to say it, but, like, man, Purdue winning that game does not seem – I mean, not even winning, but just covering. I don't know. That's just my take. I think that this IU team's young. They're new. They haven't seen the Purdue-IU rivalry yet. They might have a little nerves. We'll see what happens, but that's just, I guess, kind of the doubt in me. Also, me just thinking this Purdue team has been here for – I mean, 3-4 years. This isn't something new. They've never been in these waters as far as dropping 3 games in a row, from what I believe.
So what does that mean going forward for both these teams? Because Indiana, they're going to need this win on their resume for the tournament coming in March. And Purdue as well. I mean, to get a high enough seed for them, they're going to need to get this win. I mean, they're going to need to get back on track, get the, train back moving, the Boilermakers, right?
Gotta get going.
So I think going forward, this game is going to be monumental for both these team seasons. And if I pick a side, I'm going to lay Indiana plus 5.5.
Yeah.
Assembly Hall, like I said, Darren DeVries, he's got to make a statement. Can't, come into this game, get pounded. Of course, I mean, really can't lose this game as your first game as a head coach versus Purdue, coming off of, all the momentum that the football team's going to be bringing. So I'm expecting a just nasty atmosphere. Indiana needs to, chuck it up, make it tough, gritty, loose balls.
Yeah.
Winning plays to win this game because
you're right.
Purdue's got the talent for sure. So does IU, but
it's going to take a lot and a lot of shot making from why am I forgetting his name? Cat that had a
Lamar Wilkinson.
Yeah, Wilkinson. I'm kind of tuned out to IU this year, but keep it going with the college basketball slate.
A top 5 matchup.
Nebraska Cornhuskers, undefeated, number 5 in the country, travels to Ann Arbor to face off against 18-1 Michigan, who's only dropped 1 game to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
At home, though. At home. And also, 10.5 point spread on this
11.5. It's already moved.
It's moved up. That is just... Okay. I don't know. I think this could be the most overthought game in NCAA basketball history here with this spread, but at the same time... I don't know. We're gonna see.
I don't know about that take. That's hot. But
overthought as far as sports odds go. I just don't see.
You gotta think the odds makers in this game are looking at
their average
margin
of
victory. Stats. Well, average margin of victory, yes, but also Michigan plays at a top 20 pace in the country. I mean, they get up and down the floor. Fair. They're top 20 in the country. They're actually ranked 20th in pace of play in the country. Nebraska 220th. I mean, that's 200 spots back. Nebraska wants to slow it down, wants to run sets, wants to hold the ball. And, get into their offense, get into the paint. They both shoot the 3 about relatively the same, but Nebraska seems to get to the rim much more than Michigan is.
So, yeah, I also look at their bigs. Like, they definitely we're going to have a size advantage in that matchup with Barra or Isaac Cara. Alex Cara, I can't remember his name. The big 7-footer, and then Lindenborg from UAB. They're definitely going to have a size advantage or skill matchup-wise on Nebraska's Cats. But Nebraska's big man is very solid. I've watched him. He can shoot the 3. He can space it. It's going to cause some issues for Michigan matchup-wise. But I also think Michigan's guards, I think slightly I give it to them. So, I mean, I see why this line could be priced as it is. But I also think Nebraska is coming in too, I don't know if any of these players saw that spread or if, I don't know, man. That is so much disrespect. So much disrespect. So, I think that just adds fuel to the fire. I don't think that's a good thing for Michigan. Would it be crazy to say Nebraska wins this game? No. But then you look at the odds on it, and you're like, yeah, it would be crazy to say they win.
I think Michigan is going to look to run. They're going to look to push the pace. They're going to look to play at their tempo and make Nebraska have to fight and gain these extra possessions later in the game to come back. And I think the odd makers obviously are looking at that as well. So we're looking, I think both of us leaning Nebraska plus 11.5.
It's hard to not take
hoping the Cornhuskers can play their pace, don't turn the ball over early, execute early.
You got to keep it close, man. You're a 20-0 undefeated basketball team.
Yeah, and I think they do. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's flat out disrespectful to not only Nebraska, but their players and their whole entire freaking state because these guys are doing something that they've never done.
And exceeded that already times almost 2.
I'm rolling with Nebraska.
It's hard.
I see them keeping it close. I don't see them winning, but it'll be fun to watch.
It'll be a fun matchup to tune into for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it. And, so that's pretty much the gist of that. I really like Nebraska as a big-time underdog there.
Yeah.
To keep it close in Ann Arbor. That place is rowdy, but it's not that rowdy. I've seen some lower time schools hang with them. I mean, this Wisconsin team is not that solid, and you can walk in there and win. I mean,
Nebraska.
No, I'm talking about Wisconsin when they walked in there and beat them.
Yeah,
that team's not that good. In my opinion.
Yeah.
They'll be a tournament team potentially.
Yeah. So
if they play well.
Let's get into the Australian Open a little bit. What's going on with that? Obviously, Carlitos won again this morning in straights.
Yeah.
Dominant win in the top 6 matchup.
Yeah.
Sinner plays tonight at 10:30
versus Big Ben Shelton, man.
Yes.
What a matchup. That is going to be a fun one to discuss. I do want to kind of break down just a little bit of that Carlos
does
match.
he play tonight, or does Djokovic play tonight?
Djokovic plays at like 9:30 or 10, and then
I think.
Ben plays at like 4 in the morning because
Okay,
that's their nighttime game.
They follow
that's
it up. Yep.
It's their primetime game in Australia because it's like 8:30.
The biggest headline so
how
far
hot it is?
in the Australian Open, yes, but on top of that is Ben Shelton. Ben Shelton is playing the best tennis of his career.
Yes.
Is looking to upset
Jannik Sinner, world number 2.
Yeah.
Former world number 1. I think 3-time Australian Open champion, 2-time Australian Open champion.
I think twice.
Yeah, I think twice. I think you're right. He's dominant on hard courts. It's absolutely incredible to watch. He's quite honestly like a robot. I mean, he doesn't react ever when he scores outside of just a fist pump, and he's looking at his team, celebrating with his team. Jannik's a different breed. He is, and it's knowing that Shelton has never beat him. I believe 0-6 in his career, 0-5, maybe 0-7, somewhere in that range. I know he has never beat him. He's beat Carlos once, so at least he can have that under his belt. But I don't know, man. Shelton is coming in steaming hot. It's really hard to think that he at least wouldn't be able to get a set on Sinner.
I like Shelton, man.
He's a plus 900 underdog.
That
you like
ridiculous.
Shelton.
Tennis is different, though.
It is, but at the same time, like, I don't, like you said, I've never seen Ben Shelton play like this. I've never seen him strike the ball the way he has. I've never seen him
he's playing the best
serve
tennis
the ball
of his career.
the way he has. Yes,
100%.
I think anybody that has watched him can see that this is probably the peak form that we've seen him so far. And does that give him a chance against Jannik? Yes, but Jannik also has like a style of game where it's really hard to beat him as Shelton, because all the stuff that Shelton is doing, like, Jannik counters practically with the way he plays the baselines and the way, like, I can't even really describe it without his. Jannik has a really good forehand return, specifically on serve, and like Shelton's gonna be serving into that as a lefty. So it's kind of hard that he kind of counters him. That's why I feel like he has a better chance when he plays against a different guy like Carlos. But I really do think that Ben Shelton has a legit chance tonight. I'm really excited to watch it. It's gonna be late again, but I was up last night watching the Carlos match, and it was definitely a doozer. I mean, the first set was really, really fun, like 4 breaks of serve, but de Minaur he's helpless at the end of the day, because Carlos they said it really well on the broadcast last night. Just practically, he does everything de Minaur does as far as speed. He can match him speed-wise, but he just has the shot-making, the incredible, like, touch. Yeah. Carlos has every shot in the book. He's the most fun player to watch, in my opinion.
Awesome.
He's
Carlos
diverse.
is awesome. He's the future of tennis. He's here to stay for a long time, him and Sinner.
I just want to see Ben crack into it.
Yeah,
Ben can be in the next big 3, but he has to make his mark at some point.
Yep.
And
he's got to win one. He's got to win one.
He's got to at least, win a major, just beat one of them and really assert themselves, because nobody's outside of, there's been a couple cats, but there's, I think, 2 guys, maybe 1 guy beat them, Carlos and Sinner combined, in the last, like, I want to say it's over. Yeah, it's over like a year at this point now, and it's kind of crazy.
The dominance they've performed, put on and shown.
Carlos dropped a couple games last year.
With that being said, Carlos, in my opinion, I think is going to win again. Not win again because he didn't win last year, did he?
No. So this is actually, fun fact,
this is his first time he's got this far. You're right.
So that was last round was the furthest he had gotten so far.
Yeah. So I think Carlos wins. I think he's playing great tennis.
You think he wins it all?
I think he wins it all. I like to see Ben take down Sinner tonight and hopefully match up with Carlos.
Okay.
But either way, it's been a great tennis tournament. ESPN, don't know what we're doing, guys. Still not broadcasting.
It's on TNT.
Open.
It's all on TNT.
Yeah, but it's not on ESPN. And there's a lot of fans who would love to watch it on ESPN.
I do.
Who pay for ESPN to watch these sort of events.
So I didn't realize that. Okay, wow.
And that's been a big thing this week. People have talked, and last week since it started on Sunday, just about how the Australian Open is not on a platform that many Americans, many people in the world are paying for to watch sports. So tennis work out a deal, ESPN work out a deal.
I think it's better for the sports world in general.
It is.
I agree with that. But I love Carlos. I'm a Carlos fan, but Jannik is going to win the Australian Open again. He plays different on these courts. As long as heat doesn't get to him, he's probably going to take out Carlos. He's probably going to take out Ben tonight, realistically. But we'll see what it is. I'm going to be rooting for Ben as an American. Sinner just seems to have his number, and not only that, but I think he's learned this Australian Open surface better than anybody.
Yep.
And he plays the best on hard courts. The stats prove it. Carlos is better on clay and grass. I think everyone that kind of can agree with that. Some people might argue that Sinner could be better on grass because how much he dominated him at Wimbledon last year, but that's another conversation. I've got Sinner winning. I think he's a minus 200 favorite almost already to win the tournament, minus 150 at least.
Well, we will see. I'm excited to watch the tournament as it finishes out here. We'll be rooting for Benny, as well as some of our other guys. So, guys, we're gonna be dropping a full episode for the Super Bowl later this week. We'll really dive into everything and what we feel, what we believe, storylines, stuff that's going on with it and all that jazz. But we're going to give you guys a little bit of a preview. I'm looking right now. Seattle opened at 3.5 points, minus 3.5. They've already shifted to minus 4.5.
What?
The Sharps, the heavy bettors are obviously moving in on that Seattle line. Man, I'm excited for this Super Bowl.
Same.
It is crazy to think that we have a Seattle Seahawks New England Patriots Super Bowl in 2026 because it was just 10 years ago that we saw these guys match up, and to think they're already back here with these completely different teams, completely different players.
It's honestly they're a little
coaches.
Spoiled.
It is. Oh my goodness, are you serious?
But especially as like fan bases, any kind of fan that has a fan base, it's been a playoff drought for. I mean, I feel like 10 years is normal in the NFL. All kinds of teams missed the playoffs for 10 straight years.
The Dallas Cowboys haven't been in the NFC Championship since '95.
Yeah, that's
so. Man, I'm excited for the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a great game.
Got to think the Seahawks are going to win. I've said I thought they're the best team overall. But
what a game from JSN this past Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, he balled
Puka,
out.
Man, just balling, going band for band.
Two great receivers.
Going band for band.
Two great receivers, man. In an era with a lot of great receivers.
Yeah, it's honestly crazy in a world where Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase were like cemented number 1 and 2, literally coming into last year. Puka, some people might have argued, but he hadn't put enough on film.
And now Puka and JSN are right there.
And it's like people, are like debating that.
JSN is phenomenal. That catch that he made.
They're one of one, man.
From Sammy D. Sammy Darnold threw a no-looker, guys. I don't know if you know that.
Really?
On that ball, Sam's looking this way. He throws it that way. JSN, I mean, he's unbelievable. I'm excited for the game. I don't want the Patriots to win.
2 weeks away, though, so we got a little bit of time.
We do. February 8th.
Yeah, February 8th.
It's going to be a great game. My X factor right now.
Either team.
JSN, man. Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm so excited for this guy to have a chance of getting a Super Bowl MVP as a receiver.
Yeah.
I love him.
You
JSN
really think, okay.
is awesome. I drafted him in my fantasy leagues, as you know. Got one ring. Didn't get all my rings in fantasy this year, but I did get at least one with JSN as, one of my draft picks. But early X factors, JSN, like I said, he's coming off a great game. He's that guy that, can't be doubled, can't be stopped. K9 obviously is opening up the field in his role. And my early lean for the game is going to have to be Seattle minus the 4.5 points. We'll see as time goes on. Maybe, hopefully, prayers up that no one gets injured before this bowl. But just like the storylines and stuff, they'll, change the outlook on maybe my opinion, the public's opinion. But right now, early lean, Seattle minus 4.5. Go get yourselves a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, good choice. If I had an early lean on the game, I guess I would take. I really like Seattle to win, but I just feel like that could be a field goal game. Give me the Pats plus the 4.5 as of now with the 4. But if that spread potentially moves down or something happens, I don't know.
They need a little more on offense.
I like the Seahawks to win, but I just don't know if 4.5 is enough. It's kind of one of those picks.
It's a nasty spread.
It's a nasty spread.
You don't really see a football team winning by 5. Like, it can be more than 5 or,
It's typically 4 or 3 because you either get 7 and 3, which is the 4, or you get 3. They're stuck on the field goal difference,
so
and then
that's
you get
why,
2.5.
that's why,
but it's like,
that's why we got the hook in the bet,
the hook is just always there.
But I'm excited, man. I can't wait for the Super Bowl. It's ridiculous that the season's already coming to an end. I feel like week 1 with Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott was last week. Or Josh Allen and Lamar on Sunday Night Football, where it looked like those guys are going to be playing for the AFC Championship, and
both their
a few months later.
I mean, that's just so sad that the fact that we get here with no Mahomes, and Josh Allen is in here. Like, man,
well,
it's kind of incredible.
Thing about it, man, is the Patriots, the Seahawks, the Bears. You know, we all took chances on going all in. You know, with new head coaches, new players, spending money. I mean, the Patriots got to the Super Bowl, spending the most money in the offseason on everybody in the NFL. No one spent as much money as them, and they're in this freaking Super Bowl, man. I mean, they went out and got Mike Vrabel. I mean,
and yeah, you got to think like you said about those three coaches, Mike McDonald,
money talks, fellas.
Vrabel, and Ben Johnson are all like Coach of the Year candidates.
And they brought in these guys, and you got to think, you know, Buffalo, Sean McDermott had been there. He hadn't got it done. They continued to bring him back. Harbaugh hadn't got it done. Continued to bring him back. Even with Mahomes playing at a top level that he did this season. I'm not saying it's Andy Reid's fault. Andy Reid, great coach. I think Andy Reid's a coach,
legendary coach,
and I think he's a coach for the Chiefs until he decides to hang it up. But the Chiefs didn't go out and get anybody. They didn't go out and help.
You're right.
They needed help.
They didn't extend their roster. It was definitely not an Andy Reid problem.
And so that is the problem with those teams who we thought were going to get there. They didn't do enough that they needed to do. Unlike all these other teams, they're like, you know what?
And they also had aging rosters, like with
aging rosters. But even Kelsey played at a great level. They just needed to go get somebody still.
They had Pacheco coming off the injury.
They had no running back,
Hunt, so they didn't have a lot of explosiveness in the backfield.
Man, so I'm excited for the Super Bowl. We don't want to get too far into it. We don't want to, express too much because, like we said, we're going to do a full episode. It'll be a lengthier one, break down both sides of the ball, all that stuff.
Okay, so I wanted to say we gave out a couple winning plays last week. I actually went 2-0. I hate to brag, but I went 2-0 and technically 3-0 because I was like, man, I don't know how this game doesn't go over. I was saying I really like the over in the Rams-Seahawks game. So I ended up technically going 3-0. I was a pretty square day, but the Pats did cover or win, and then same with the Seahawks. So I do want to give out, I want to start doing a little segment here, just a one wager of the day.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to count those records from last week since it's a new thing.
Yeah, brand new.
We're going to go in. One bet a day. We're going to keep track as the year goes on.
Yeah,
and
see who you ride with.
So, yeah, we're going to see who you trust more. And I'm going to go ahead and I hate to just put you on the spot, but I'll give it to you. If you could think of any game you like the best of all those lines we talked about.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I'm going to take.
I've got mine in mind.
Well, who are you taking? Because are you taking Nebraska?
I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lock in Nebraska as my play of the day.
Okay, well, if you're gonna take Nebraska, which that's who I would have probably leaned, I'm gonna actually take.
You got Michigan State.
I like Purdue. I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna rock with the games we talked about, of course. But Purdue laying the 5.5 points, or I think it's over under 141.5.
Is that really only the total?
Yeah, because they both play slow.
150.5. So a little bit up.
Ooh, okay, I was off.
That's 70 to 80
man,
ball game.
I'm gonna go with Purdue minus 5.5 in Assembly Hall. Don't like to bet on Purdue, but I'm gonna go with Purdue minus 5.5 points.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that was I was kind of leaning toward that as well, and I believe you can get it still at 4.5. So we're gonna make sure to fact check that.
Yeah.
But 4.5, we're gonna go ahead and lock that in. Peyton's play of the day. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Nebraska Cornhuskers plus 11.5. I'm seeing that right here. So gonna lock that in as well. We'll keep track as the season goes on, as everything goes on, and
maybe we'll throw in some other stuff, but.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate we appreciate all the love on the debut episode on seriously. Our channel.
You guys that meant a lot to us. And
so awesome. Subscribe if you aren't yet. Like if you've watched all the way to the end. Comment IU for the win. Or Purdue sucks.
Yeah,
either or. Comment Purdue sucks, actually. Comment Purdue sucks if you made it all the way to the end.
Taking Purdue spread tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm still riding my Hoosiers.
That's a smart. I think that's a smart play because at the end of the day, you're not betting with your heart, and you're not.
And can't bet with your heart unless you bet with your gut. Then you can bet with your gut because that sometimes works.
It's true. It's better to bet with your brain, folks.
Vastly. We do appreciate you guys. We'll be looking forward to the Super Bowl ep. And thank you guys and have a good one.